Yeah, it's been amazing to be back in camp. I think first and foremost, the guys are happy to be back together. A lot of us have not had such a long absence from the team in the last couple of years now, so it's good to get the group back together. We all miss each other and see each other's faces and being able to hang out a little bit and play together on the field. The camp's been a little bit different. There's I think 10 or so new guys, so the camp's been good. It's kind of catching those guys up to speed, building on what we want to do for El Salvador, but it's been a very good camp and we're raring to go. We're excited.
Thanks, Aaron. We're going to begin with Stephen Goff from the Washington Post.
Aaron, thanks for your time. With so many players overseas now, playing on big teams and playing in Champions League, the dynamic has changed a little bit with the national team player pool. Do you think it's harder now for MLS guys to make that impression and get on the squad for big competitions? And if so, what can you do to make an impression?
I don't know if it's harder, right? I think the Greg's going to pick the best guys. It doesn't matter, which team they're playing for. There's a lot of guys that are doing amazing right now in Europe, and we're super happy for them. But this group is really tight knit. We all keep in touch. We're watching Weston and Serginho downstairs right now. We're just happy for each other, and I think in terms of making an impression, any chance you get to come to these camps and play a game, that it's your time to make a mark. So I just use that every day, every camp, every game I get to try to make my claim here.
We will go to Ivan Skolarsep from SBI Soccer.
Hey, Aaron. I was going to ask you about the center backs and also the strikers. Walker and Mark were both in the January camp, and they obviously went on to have really, really good seasons. It seems like they've both grown a ton over this past year as players. Have you seen that now in this camp? What have you seen as far as that kind of growth and improvement as players for them? And as far as the strikers go, obviously Sebastian Soto, Akinola, and Dike are in this camp. Maybe Soto, I don't know if you don't think you've been in a camp with before. What did you think of kind of those guys getting up close to see them? You played against Dike and Akinola before, but what have you thought of what you've seen going up against those guys in camp?
Yeah, I'll touch on the strikers first. I think all three are very talented. Sebastian's just came in the past couple days, but I can see why he's here. He's a great finisher. He's super dynamic. Ayo and DK, I've played against in the league, like you've mentioned, but I think all three have had amazing camps. It's good to see them up close. It's good to see them with the group. It's good to see them within our tactical system, and I'm super excited for them, for whoever gets the opportunities to get on the field tomorrow. In terms of the center backs, we're a tight-knit group, and we're all good friends. Me, Mark, Walker, now Mauricio's here. I think Mark and Walker definitely had amazing years, right? They're unbelievable players. They've shown that. I think we're coming to know what they're about, and Walker showed it this year, and so did Mark. Mauricio has had a great camp, in my opinion. He's a technical player. He's good with the ball. He had a great rookie year, and we're happy to have him in, and he's fit in well with the group. So, we're just looking to get better and push each other.
Next is Nicholas Mendela from NBC Sports.
Thanks. Aaron, I'm thinking about you getting your eyes under Jesse Marsch and him having a huge game against Diego Simeone tomorrow. What that must be like for you, knowing him and knowing what a massive impact he had on you. And in addition to that, I just wanted your overall thoughts on Coach Berhalter and your opinions of working under him and what you've enjoyed about it.
Yeah, obviously me and Jesse are good friends, and he's a great coach, and he's a great mentor of mine, and any chance that I get to watch his games, I'm always rooting for him, and I wish him nothing but the best tomorrow. In terms of Greg, he's an amazing coach. He's kind of perfect for this job because he's great at bringing the group together, and we're only in camp for a short amount of time, but the way he can get the group to gel and little activities we have off the field and the drills we do on the field to make sure we're tactically ready, but also on the same page, because it seems like every camp now that we've been in, there's always introducing some new guy, some young guy, bringing the youth and making sure our player pool can get even bigger so we have plenty of options to choose from. He's very good at making that continuity between the group and getting us all on the same page. So it's very fun, and that's why we all like coming here.
Next will be Elias Larati.
Hi, Aaron. Thanks for taking the time to do this. Just want to get your thoughts on the game tomorrow versus El Salvador and how you're looking to finish maybe 2020 strong.
Yeah, we're looking for a high-paced game, at least from our point. We definitely want to push the tempo. We want to dominate the game. We want to have a lot of the ball. We want to play in their end. In terms of how we want to end 2020, I think everyone that's here right now has ended on a low note with their club, right? Because we're not in the MLS Cup. And there's a few guys from Europe as well. But, yeah, we're all ending so far on a loss. So I think as a collective unit to end this year out with a win and finish out 2020 like that would be amazing, and that's kind of our number one goal right now as a group.
We'll go to Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for doing this. A couple questions for you. The first is, obviously you just finished a really long season, and it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround until next MLS season. You have this camp in between, maybe January camp as well, and then next year a really packed schedule of national team games. How do you focus on kind of physically being ready for a calendar next year that could put huge demands again on players with the congestion of the schedule, and especially with games as big as World Cup qualifiers and the travel that happens? And then second question, I was just wondering, Darlington Nagbe is a player who featured really well for Columbus, playing an MLS Cup again. I wonder your thoughts on defending a guy like Darlington, playing with him, and what makes him so good.
Yeah. What was your first question again? I'm sorry.
Just on how you prepare physically for schedule congestion with all of the World Cup qualifiers next year, Gold Cup, all of those things, plus league play, and not knowing yet really what the schedule will look like as we kind of await COVID.
Yeah, we've actually discussed that a little bit during this camp with the trainers here, and that's going to have to be somewhat of a dual connection between the trainers here and the trainers at our clubs. How much time they want us to take off after this camp, because we definitely want to shut the bodies down and get a little bit of rest and some R&R with the families. But we're going to have to ramp up quickly for January camp. That's going to be a big month for us and make sure that we're fit. And then, throughout the season, I think it's just going to be managing bodies, managing loads, managing games, how often we play with our clubs, and when we come to these tournaments, how often you get called to these tournaments. There's so many games next year, so just trying to stay healthy and make sure you're ready whenever your name's called. In terms of Darlington, he's a special player. I played with him at Portland when I got drafted there. He's no doubt he's one of the best players on the ball within our league, and he's super talented. It's pretty obvious to me why he has so much success in this league. He's just an amazing player, and everybody knows it. So Darlington's a top class, and we all know that.